Hello everybody, it's Oak Tree Tarot Reader here and welcome to my pick a card video. So I thought it would be nice to just do a information you need to hear or a message for you, however you like to think of it. But this is information that you should know about. It's going to help you in some way. Now you can think of this more generally as in this information is going to help you more spiritually or in your lifestyle, or you can apply it to a specific situation in your life or a person or an event. It's up to you. What I want you to do though is get it clear in your mind what it is that you want information on before you make your choice, before you start to use your intuition to guide you towards the correct card to choose. If you don't feel an overwhelming urge to listen to any one of the particular readings, like you don't feel drawn to a particular card when you think of your person, situation, or more generally or whatever, then maybe there isn't a reading here for you today. Maybe there's nothing that's going to come through in these readings that will really assist you in any way. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. That's what your intuition is there for, to enable you to find the right path. So don't feel bad if you can't connect to any of the readings. Just go and enjoy one of my other videos. But for those of you that have an idea in mind or are drawn to one of the cards straight off, brilliant. We've got for number 1 the anchor, number 2 the rider, and number 3 the key. So I want you to get in mind clearly what you're thinking about. Take a few deep breaths, close your eyes, relax. Don't think about what you fear. Don't think about what you want to hear. Don't think about your desires or the negativity or even the positivity in your life. Just let it all go and feel free. And when you're ready, make your choice. Don't doubt yourself. Don't overthink it. Trust your intuition. If you need a bit more time to do that, that's fine. Please go ahead and press pause. And when you're ready, click on the timestamp provided, because now I am moving on to the readings. Okay, those of you that chose number 1, the anchor, what I've decided to do is shuffle on camera, which I don't do very often, or maybe I've only done it a couple of times before, but I thought I would do it differently today. So I'm just going to shuffle. So we start off with the Queen of Autumn, Princess of Spring, and the Ten of Autumn. So let's look at those. So we have Queen of Autumn, generous, stylish, gracious, practical. Be practical with respect to how you proceed. The ability to make anything more beautiful. Meeting someone who can help your dreams come true. Princess of Spring, optimistic, enthusiastic, creative, energetic. It's time to go after your dreams. Do something that expands your horizons. Let your creativity take flight. Take steps to ensure the financial security of your children or other loved ones. Making wise investments or planning for retirement. Honouring family traditions. So basically it's the Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. So what you need to know, I feel, is very much related to career and finances rather than your love life. But that's for the generals amongst you. If this is related to your love life, take the message and apply it to your love life. Because it's really telling you to be practical. It really is telling you to plan ahead, think about the future. So if you're like a fly by the seat of your pants type person, if you're like, I'll worry about tomorrow when I wake up tomorrow morning, it's saying no, at this time, in this particular circumstance, you need to plan ahead. You need to start thinking about, like, for instance, where the next bit of money is coming from. You need to start thinking about how you're going to get a pay rise or how you're going to earn the money you want to earn so you can live the life that you want to live. And I think for a lot of you, the solution to any problem that you have is through planning ahead, but also by being spontaneous and creative. it feels like a mixed message, but it's not. There's something some of you can do that's quite creative, unique, that it's going to be something you do quickly. It's going to be something that comes instinctively to you. And if you turn to that and plan for the future with that talent being utilised, I think it's actually going to bring you a lot of money, or at least a lot of security. And that can be financial security, but it can be emotional security and security in your family, in that you're all happier, and so things settle down. If anything's fractious at the moment, things will settle down because you're tapping into your grounded energy. You're being sensible about it. You're reaching out to people. I think for those of you that do something where you reach out and you try new things, like you try new platforms, you try and apply for jobs in different areas, like location wise, or different areas to where you've currently worked in, it will introduce you to people that are going to help make your dreams come true. So if you have an ambition, a desire, something that you've always wanted or aimed to do, it's saying what you need to hear right now is that this is all possible, but you're not really putting it into effect. It's like, almost for me, some of you are dreaming about it rather than doing it. And the message is, it's now time for you to start thinking, okay, well, next year I want to, say, I have my own YouTube channel, or I want to get my own podcast going. So if I'm going to have that in place, and I'm going to, be working on that, trying to make it a success, or on a course or something, or in a stable relationship, I need to start putting the groundwork in now. I need to start making space for it in my life. But what you need to hear is that you need to start doing exciting things, but aiming to have them as a constant in your life. I think that's the message. I'm going to do some more cards. Oops. They all fell down. It wasn't two cards fell out. They all just collapsed out of my hand. So I can't go through half the deck with you. Oh, I just had a flip. That just flipped out. So let's see. Alright, so you got two aces in the tower. So yeah, this is about, I don't want you to get panicked about the tower, because it's initially a very scary card, but I'm going to go into it. What you need to know is that you need to be doing things that make your heart sing. So I think a lot of you, regardless of what's going on, are quite bored in the situation. Now, a lot of us, I'm recording this, it's a timeless reading, by the way, but I am recording this when we're all sort of going through the pandemic and in various stages of lockdown. So a lot of people just can't go out and do stuff. And that's devastating to some people. Others are psychologically coping with it quite well. But for others, it's like, no, I want to get on with my life. I could stand it for a while, but this is just intolerable. And we all get at that point at certain times in our life where what we've got is intolerable, and what we decide is that we have to shake things up a bit ourselves. And it's when we resist that we have sort of those shocking moments really come and kick us up the backside. It's when we resist it and we need the tower, the dangerous, unstable tower needs to be dealt with and reinforced and rebuilt in a more secure manner. And I think that's what's happening here, is that a lot of you might have a perfectly safe tower, but you're not sharing, I think, who you really are. You're not sharing a talent you have. You're not sharing something that you're really good at, or how wonderful you are, that you're being a bit shy. And what it's saying, what you need to do is that there's something that you love and that you feel passionate about that scares you and will change everything. But now is the time for you to pursue that. And I think a lot of you have been resisting that. It's sort of like, I don't want to put my head above the parapet. I don't want to reveal my true identity. And that's difficult doing that when you've been resisting it for a while. But it's saying, no, you've got to... You're not going to be able to have the future that you want, that's stable and abundant, until you accept this part of yourself that makes you feel excited and passionate and full of hope. And yeah, it's like it makes you feel whole and alive and excited, and that there are wonderful things happening, and you need to embrace that. And it's going to actually provide you with a lot of stability, and that could be financial if that's what you need, and it could be family stability if that's what you need, because you've got it and you're just not putting yourself out there for people to find it. It's like, I think the people, for a lot of you, that are going to help to make your dreams come true are your audience. And that could be in terms of you applying for a job, you putting yourself out on a dating app, or trying to get out to meet people, or trying to find a new group of friends, or more generally getting yourself out there. You're just going to attract your soul tribe, the right people for you. And it's through doing this thing that shakes you up and makes you nervous, and it's frightening for you to do it. And I think you instinctively understand is going to change your life, and you find that a bit frightening. But when you pursue it, the good's going to come through, the abundance is going to come through. This isn't something that you resent doing, like you've got to go back to do a job you hate. This is something that you get simultaneously excited and afraid when you think about it, or when you realise the day is coming ever closer that you're going to have to do it. But that's where the growth comes in. This is where the growth of your spirituality, of your soul, comes in. And I feel a lot of you have been resisting it, and it's now time to stop resisting it. And I think that's the message overall that you need to hear, is that you need to stop resisting letting your fun come out, this fun, this creative, energetic thing that you're enthusiastic about, that gets you excited. Because I just feel that for some of you, you're doing things that don't make you excited, and this is your opportunity to do it. And it can just be a hobby. It doesn't mean you have to quit your job and risk instability. It's just saying you can do it for a few hours a week or something, or a month, whatever's suitable for you. But it really gets your heart pumping. It's really good for you. You really love it, and you get excited about it. And I think some of you, you're not really aware of it, but it really is changing you subtly. Bit by bit, the more you have to keep coming back to it and doing it, it changes you. So that's your reading, those of you that chose the Anchor. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, I meant to say in the introduction, and I forgot. I've started a TikTok. So for those of you that are on TikTok, come and find me there. It's just at Oak Tree Tarot Reader, all lowercase, on TikTok. And I'm doing like a daily reading on there, and because it's really easy for me to just do a minute long tarot reading compared to like the hour or 2 hours it takes me from beginning to end to do these videos. It's just easy for me to do 1 or 2 a day in the midst of doing other things, and I'm just having a blast. It's so much fun. So yeah, come and follow me on there, find me on there, and hope you enjoy it. So you take very good care of yourself. Thank you for listening to me, and goodbye. Okay then, those of you that chose number 2, the Rider, I'm going to do the shuffling on camera, which I don't very often do, and I only remembered at the end of reading 1. I forgot to tell you all, I've got TikTok now. My niece got me into it, and it's just so much fun because I can do minute-long readings and just do them quickly, because this whole process, so as much as I enjoy it, it does take a long time. It's like a morning or an afternoon's work to get this done of a few hours from beginning to end. So it's just easy just to blast out a minute-long video a couple of times a day. Sort of build up a little catalogue there for you. So if you're on TikTok, please come and find me. It's at Oak Tree Tarot Reader. I'll try and put the bio, my link in the description box, if I can remember how. Right, so I'm going to shuffle for you because I need to focus. So what message do you need to hear? Information you need to have. King of Summer, 8 of Summer, and Prince of Spring. So that's the King of Cups, 8 of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. So honourable, devoted, mature, warm-hearted, a romantic partner you can trust. Excellent advice that comes from the heart. Getting involved in a cultural or creative endeavour. Eight of Summer, the desire for a more meaningful life, realising that it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. Charming, self-confident, passionate, restless. Immediate action, a challenge you can successfully manage, a passionate relationship. I think what the message for you is, for a lot of you, although you've got to adapt it to your particular situation, is this is very much related in love or creativity, or something that a person that you love or something that you love. And what you need to know is that it's coming in. So if you're like trying to find a great hobby, yeah, you're going to find a great hobby. If you're trying to find the next project for you that's going to keep you going, yeah, you're going to find that project. And for those of you that are looking for love, yes, you are going to find that love. What the message is that you need to now move away from something. So something's finished in your life, or at least it's exhausted itself. It's got nowhere left to go. It's you've done what you were meant to do there. You've completed the task, or at the very least, you are being prevented through circumstances that you cannot control from doing what you're meant to do. So it's time for you to sort of put your emotions somewhere else. It's like moving on to new horizons. And this is, the message is to do something that you feel good about, because you're, with pain and sadness and grief, moving away from something. It's to move to something better, so make sure it's something better. And I think that because we've got two cards referencing a person, somebody could be coming into you, and this is somebody that you're going to connect with. It's somebody that you're going to have a great friendship with them, or a great relationship with them, or they're going to be important to perhaps like a new job or something that you have. They're going to come in quickly. They are going to come in quickly. So for some of you, you're not going to have to wait as long as you think you're going to get an answer to something, or you're going to not have to take so long to meet someone. And there is going to be a challenge with this, but you can manage it easily. It's not really a challenge. It's just like a bit, oh, okay, this is going to take a bit longer than it normally does. But you can do it. Because you need to know is about following your heart, following your passion, but also that it's going to come in and allow you to do that. And you are either going to bring it into your life because you're leaving the old aside, and so therefore the new has space to come in, or like you're making major life challenges, or you're going to find that this opportunity comes in and you make the decision to leave so that it's got space to come into your life and make a difference. Basically, new things are coming, and you need to let them come in and welcome them in. So let's do some more cards. Yeah. God, yeah. It's sort of a very similar message, but in a subtly different way. You're moving on. The message is, what you need to hear is that you're moving on. And for some of you, yeah, it might feel a bit involuntary, but I think for the majority, if not all of you, you want this. You're ready for it. You've been through the process that you need to in order to move on. And you're realigning yourself, again, with someone new. It could be love. But you're realigning yourself with the best version of yourself. It's like you're accepting you've failed in some way, or things haven't worked out the way you wanted, and you're loving yourself more. It's just as much about the unification of the self as it is about you unifying with a partner, your soulmate, twin flame, love of your life, however you want to phrase it. Because when you walk away from something, it's because you love yourself more. You recognise that you're unhappy there, or at the very least you can't thrive there, that you can't become the best version of yourself, that you can't progress in your plans, your life purpose, or spiritually, or just progress happily. And so it's time for you to move on, if you haven't already, because there's something great coming in. And for some of you, yeah, it's an offer of love, an offer of admiration. And again, it can be in any area of your life. They could admire your work or your creativity, or they could admire you. Or you could offer out things that you create to other people that you feel passionate and excited about. Or you could just offer yourself out, by applying for new jobs, or creating new social media accounts, or whatever. you're having something offered to you, or you're offering yourself out because you're moving on. And I think that's what the message is that you're moving on, good things are coming, so make sure you're ready for them. Yeah. So if you haven't already started, if you're already stuck in really stagnant, unhealthy, unhappy energy, don't panic. Things are getting better. You are actually yourself going to come to the realization it's time to move on, to think about things in a different way, that you need to accept things the way they are and now start to change them. You might be a bit experimental in what you do. And that, for some of you, is you realigning into your true self. It's like you've done doing the hard work, and you're at the phase, you're sort of at the end of a cycle, and you're at the point in the cycle where you're leaving. And that's it, basically. That's the message you need to hear. It's time to move on, and you're actually going to be doing that in the very near future. And don't be afraid of, if you're not sure where you're going or what direction you're going to take. I don't want you to be afraid, because where you're going is somewhere lovely, warm, exciting with nice people. You don't need to be frightened. So that's your message. You please take very good care of yourself. Thank you for listening to me, and goodbye. Okay, last but not least, the key. So I'm going to be shuffling on camera, and I forgot to say in the introduction that I've started off a TikTok account. So I'm going to be doing videos on there as well. They're fun, they're a blast, I can do them quickly, I can get a reading done in under a minute. And they're just so much quicker for me, because as much as I enjoy doing my YouTube, they take about a day, about a morning or an afternoon from beginning to end, and that's a lot of time. So, the fact that I can just blast out in 5 minutes, 10 minutes max, depending on what I'm doing on the video, it's a big difference. So I can actually just get more out on TikTok. So if you're on there and you fancy following me, I'm at Oak Tree Tarot Reader. I'll try and put the link in the description box. Oops. But today I'm doing things as normal. And I'm going to shuffle on camera for you, because I haven't done that in ages. And look, see what message you need to hear, what information you need to have. Get that once out. So, Two of Spring, a bright future manifested through hard work and creativity, partnering with others who share your dreams, great progress being made. Ace of Winter, don't be deterred by challenges along the way. It's important to communicate clearly and accurately. Amazing new ideas that should be implemented. Awakening, Hanged Man. Change the way you're looking at the situation. Embrace your uniqueness, a temporary pause in the action. So Two of Springs, Two of Wands, and that's the Ace of Swords. So what do you need to know? News coming into your life, absolutely. I think you've been working really hard towards this. I think some of you could literally be trying to manifest through law of attraction or other methods. But for the majority of you, you've been working hard at it, and I actually do think that you've been thinking outside the box. You've been thinking uniquely about how you're going to achieve what you want. You've been reaching out to other people, and that can be just as much networking as working hard on social media to gain followers. And you're really progressing. So if you're at the moment thinking, well, I'm progressing very slowly, I think it's going to skyrocket for a lot of you, that you're suddenly just going to wake up one morning and you've got loads of new followers. You've had a little viral video, or you've gain the attention that you need, and it's just suddenly, every few days you suddenly have a jolt of higher energy, and attention, which is good. And yeah, it's going to be a bit intimidating to you, but you are there to communicate clearly and accurately, I feel, and you've got a lot of great unique ideas. So even if, again, at this stage you're like, just following the crowd and I'm just doing what they're doing, well, that's part of learning. And when you feel comfortable in whatever it is that you're doing, your new medium, or your new workplace, or your new relationship or something, when you feel a bit more comfortable in yourself, you're really going to be able to allow this unique brain or personality or attitude of yours to shine through. And that's the message, saying actually your confidence is only going to get higher and higher, and you're going to be able to see things even clearly, more and more clearly, and you're going to be able to manifest what you want towards you. It's like you're on the path, you've done it, you've got yourself on the train, and it's going to go. And what you need to do, your responsibility, is to allow this unique side of you, because there's nobody else just like you, and you to let that come through and shine. Because there's something about the way you think and the way you communicate what you think that's different to anyone else, and it's good, and it's going to gain people's attention. It's like your sense of humour is unique, or the way you tarot read is unique, or the way that you do your job is unique, or the way that you are in a relationship. There's nobody else that's quite like you in a relationship or as a friend. And so the message is to let that shine. And don't be afraid of it. So if you're a bit shy, a bit inhibited, it's like a bit scary for you, it's saying, no, it's okay. They're going to love you. Seven of Swords, the World, and Judgment. Yeah. Okay, so what it's saying is that the message you need to hear is, I always think that the Seven of Swords more generally is such an interesting card. I mean, some tarot cards are just so clear that they're interesting, but they're clear. But there are other ones where you've really got to think about it. Because the picture on the card is that this person, this bloke's wandered off with the swords that he shouldn't have, and he's just about now to step in a trap. But, he's really happy, and he's going off, and he's completely unaware that things are coming. I think that you're completely unaware of, A, how good you are, and B, how many people you appeal to, or one specific person that you appeal to. If you're not looking to gain lots of attention from lots of people, you don't realise how attractive you are, how appealing you are in this thing, in this situation, in this, however it resonates with you. And you're about to find out. It might take a few weeks of you plugging away at this thing, and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, people are like, who is this? This is great. You could do your own, let's pick YouTube tarot channel, and it could be a great success. And you just think you're going to get 2 followers, me and your mum. But by the way, if anybody wants to share favourite tarot readers, or is doing their own thing and wants me to follow them on YouTube, I'll subscribe to anyone's channel to support them. You don't see that it's going your way, because this doesn't have to be a negative card. It's just as much, for me, it's about people keeping quiet about things that they know if it all came out, it just caused such a mess, so they keep quiet because it's not their business actually, and they decide to keep their thoughts to themselves because it's for their own benefit. It doesn't have to be about someone sneaking out on you, or causing you trouble, or lying to you, or not telling you the whole truth. Sometimes we don't tell the whole truth, but it's to shield other people from worry, stress, or pain, or at least wait until that person's in a better frame of mind to receive potentially bad news, or news they don't want to hear. It doesn't have to be bad news that you're not sharing. You could keep good news aside from certain people, because they're going to react badly if you tell them this, and it's their problem. I'm not saying that you should, don't you ever hide your light under a bushel to make other people happy. No, it's their problem. If they're not happy with how successful and how well your life is going, that's their problem, and they need to deal with it. There's nothing you can do about that. You live your life to the fullest, to the best, and be as happy as you possibly can. But this is really, to me, it's relating to the fact that you don't realise how good you are and how unique you are. And so whatever delays are going on, it's just because you're building up your energies in it. You're building up your audience, for instance, or you're building up your experience, or building up your catalogue for some people. Like sometimes you might need 10 videos before you really start gathering an audience, because they want to get more of an idea of what you're up to. The message you need to hear is, I think you are going to have sort of like, it's going to fulfill you, but also this speaks to me of like the world. You're going to have the whole package, the whole deal. It's going to I think, provide you with what you need it to. I think it's a lot about communication and getting off and getting ahead and feeling fulfilled, and it just completes you. That's what I'm getting from this, is that you don't understand how successful you're going to be and how completely you're going to do this thing. For some of you, this feels like something you've just started and you're just sort of oblivious as to how big it's going to get. You could be just doing something for fun, or for a laugh, or just to try something new, or just to occupy yourself as a bit of a hobby. And it just feels like a global all-rounder. You're a good all-rounder. You're really going to complete something. You're going to, in a sense, complete yourself. It's sort of like you've needed this to boost your confidence, to make you feel good, to have another string to your bow that makes you feel happy. And what you need to know is that this is going to change your life. It's going to rejuvenate your life. There's going to be a point where you say, well, I was living this kind of, when the people, you get them all the time on YouTube adverts now. You might have come across one on my channel where they're trying to get you to join up to watch a video to join their online course or something for free. And they spend 10 minutes telling you about how rubbish their life was until they did the thing that's in their course that they're trying to sell you. But the point is, I'm not saying do that, but the point is that they have a before life where they say they're working in a dead-end job, that they had a bad relationship that was unfulfilling, but at least it was something. They were living in a house that was too small and their car was on the verge of collapse. And then they did something, I think, that they felt passionate about, or that they were interested in, or that they believed in, and then their life changed, that things started to turn around for them. Yeah, they had to build things up. It took a bit of time, but within a year or two, their life was transformed, that they actually managed to buy a better house, get a better car, attract better quality people, or people that are more on their wavelength. And this speaks to me that you're going to be, in a sense, reborn, that you're going to have a point where you recognise you lived your life before, which is probably where you are now. And that when this thing happened, suddenly everything changed, and a year later, you're the person that you will recognise, that you will, share the story about. You'll have your own online conferences and saying, and yes, I did this, and a short while later, I had my own business, I had my own house, I met the love of my life. It's that kind of thing. Your life is about to change, be properly, but in a positive way that allows you to be reborn and to get a second chance, I think, for a lot of you. So if you've already made efforts to have things go well for yourself and they've just not, businesses have failed, or, your YouTube channels haven't got any views, or you've tried other things, but something not quite like this, this is different and unique. This time it's going to work, because this is what you were being led towards. You were being led towards it because, in a sense, it's like they didn't want you to get complacent and sort of think, yeah, everything I touch turns to gold. It was like you've taken quite a few blows in what you've been trying to do, and it's toughened you up and made you, I think, I would say, a better person overall. And through that, you're at the level you need to be in order to have all this wonderfulness that's coming through to you, because it is wonderful. It is wonderful. The success you're searching for is on its way. And that's your general message, is the success that you're searching for is on its way. And you've worked hard for it, and you've changed, you've adapted, you've leveled up. And now it's coming. So whatever new thing that you've just started, or you're thinking about starting, or that you're called to start in the very near future, pursue it with your interest, with your unique brain and your uniqueness. And it will bring you, it will do you well, it will do you good, it will bring you everything that I think you need at this point in your life, and change it for the better. So good luck you, good luck you. Thank you for listening to me. Please take very good care of yourself, and goodbye.